So today I'm going to talk a little bit about a topic that a lot of weightlifters think is extremely unimportant. Stamina. Or conditioning. I was talking to David Schlar. Mate, I can't pronounce your name, mate, I'm sorry. I was talking to David the other day, and he was asking me about what sort of conditioning work that we used to do. Oh, before that. Alright, I've got to say that stamina and conditioning in our dictionary have absolutely no difference whatsoever. Okay, so I will typically use the word conditioning and stamina very, very interchangeably. Okay, and the reason I'm between this squat right here, is because my camera is so bloody highly advanced that I have no clue how to use it. So I put it on autofocus and it's focused on this. So I have to be between this or the camera's going to be blurry. Second thing. Alright, I'm going back to the stamina thingamabob. Stamina is extremely important because for us, if you don't have stamina, you will not be able to complete your training. When we train, we take extremely short rest periods. When I say we, I mean back in the day when I was in Malaysia, I still work in Malaysia very often. And my rest periods was anywhere between 35 to 50 seconds. Coaches did not like it when we took long break. We want to get that flow, and once that flow is in, we want to keep going. We don't want to rest too long. And that's the reason for the 35 to 50 second break periods. Plus, our coaches know that once we're on the bar, we're going to move around. With me, I take forever to set up. Anything more than a minute of a break is way too long in the training phases. If you're in the intensification phase, let's say you've been training for about 10 months, you've been accumulating load and stress for about 10 months, and you've got the 11th month to compete it, by all means, take a longer break periods, no problem. Nobody's going to complain about that. But for the first 10 months, you are not allowed to take long rest periods. That's actually one of the ways that we train the stamina, where we don't allow long rest periods. Okay, so if you take long rest periods, chances are either you're lazy, you're deconditioned, you're not comfortable training like that, you're competing. If you're not going to be competing soon, then chances are you shouldn't be going so heavy, right? Because you're building your technique, you're building your strength, you're not trying to test a 1 rep max every single day. And this is the methodology in which I am taught and I am brought from. That is what I want to make clear. Okay, this is our school of thought. Okay, it's going to be snatch day, for example. Okay, alright, you're going to be doing deficit snatches plus 2 hang snatches. After that, you're going to be doing deficit snatch pulls plus a pause at your knee. And then after that, you're going to be doing snatch balances. And finally, you'll be finishing off with some push presses plus snatch balance plus overhead squat. Okay, Kirk? Alright, coach. And I go through my snatches and I'm like, yeah, I'm pumped. After I'm done with my snatches, I'm out. Okay? I start going down there, I'm like, start procrastinating, I start going around, rubbing my back and stupid shit, hoping my coach don't see me. Yes, that would be another sign that I'm a lazy bitch or I have no conditioning at all. Okay, so that one is kind of like a little bit of lazy, a little bit of lack of push, but can also be a lack of stamina. So that's the second thing, okay? Another way you can solve this problem is not to let them have the fun exercises. Find the exercise that they love doing. For example, I like to snatch. I freaking hate doing pulls. What I do first, I do pulls first. Okay, I finish off my pulls first and then I get to play. Now the third way you can tell is if the person comes in and he's really not that motivated. Okay, this can also be another sign of the person overtraining or just going way too heavy that he doesn't quite or she doesn't quite have the technique in the person's head yet. So this individual is nervous. He goes in, she goes in, and they're like, I'm not quite sure, kind of like, I want to have a good training session, but I've been having so many bad training sessions. So that's another way to tell that the person doesn't have the conditioning or stamina to complete a workout properly. Okay, so how do you solve that problem? Go back to lighter weights. A lot of people train way too heavy. They don't have the right technique for that sort of load. How do you tell if you don't have the best technique? I don't want to go into that in this video, but I will post it in a few more days. Anyway, 3 things about how you can tell if somebody doesn't have enough stamina, and 3 solutions. I hope some people find themselves in that, and I hope nobody finds themselves in that, and if you do, I hope you find a solution or can think of a solution with this little tip that I have to share with you. Alright, cheers!